name is Lola Aneke and I welcome you to Speak Now on Finding Out with Special Needs. Today I'll be sharing with us a few research and evidence-based strategies for improving letter sound association in struggling readers, okay? Now, before I go on to sharing those strategies with you, I'll be sharing a few instructional principles that would enhance the strategies to work effectively, okay? So the first instructional principle is that you must conduct an assessment, and it can be as easy as having your alphabet. So you have your vowels on one side, you have your consonants on one side, and then you have the child you show the child the letter, and then the child will tell you what the sound of that letter makes, and also the letter, so he's able to associate the sound to the letter. Most times we realize that children struggle more with the vowels because, of course, vowels, we have the long and the short vowels. Sometimes they call the long vowels the short vowel, and then the short vowels the long vowels. The easy way I tell these kids to remember that is the long vowels bear their names. So long vowels bear A, E, I, O, U, while the short vowels are the one they have R, E, E, O, and U. So that way you can take record of where the challenges are, okay? Now, you also must be very good at using the multisensory modalities, which is the use of visual, auditory, kinesthetics, and the tactile modality, okay? Of course, that simply means the child will be able to see what you're talking about, what you're teaching, must be able to hear it, touch it, and then move it around. Of course, your instructional principle must also be that your strategy is sequential and systematic, okay? When I say sequential and systematic, I mean that, for example, you have to teach 2-letter words before you go to 3-letter words, and of course the sound and the letter must be taught, okay? Now you must also ensure that your instructional principle is based on direct and explicit instruction. You don't want to engage the child struggling with an all class learning. Of course, you lose the child. Make sure it's a direct instruction and it's easy to follow, very easy, that's explicit, okay? Now the next instructional principle is that you have to teach to mastery and automaticity, which means that the child will be able to master what you're teaching at that time and be able to call it without thinking about it too long, or call it almost immediately. So you show the child a flashcard of letter A, and you see what letter is it, the child says it's A, and what sound does it make, R, and all of that. Automaticity. Now, the instructional strategies I'll be sharing with you in enhancing letter sound association is: 1, begin with a small set, okay? Have a few, probably 2 vowel sound, which you could have R and E, and then you want to have like 5 consonant sounds, such as the B, the T, the S, the F, and the M. Of course, those are B, T, S, F, and M. But when you're working with it, you want to ask the child, probably this is the letter A, and then it gives the sound R, and then you bring your B, and then it gives you Ba. You know, the child goes B, A. You want the child also to go to write as a B, A. The spelling of B, A is B and A. And when you're doing this, you might want to move again to probably E and F to give you if, you know, and then the child goes to E, F, and then you want the child to write I and F. That way it's transferring the sound to the letter. And of course, sometimes you form nonsense words, sometimes you form words that make sense. Sometimes those combinations will give you appropriate words, some of the words will be inappropriate. It doesn't matter. You just want to be sure that the child can decode and encode the letter and the sound. Now the next strategy will be to provide cues. Okay, so you want to use pictures for the child to remember that when you're talking about, you know, those cards that have A for apple, B as in ball. So when you're saying spell or write for me, and the child goes think, is it the long vowel or the short vowel? You want to use a picture to say as an apple, so the child sees that. There's a way to provide clue. Or you want to use gestures, you know the jolly phonics that says, you know, the and so my and so my arms, and or you want to use bring your back and bring your ball. All those gestures will help the child to remember which sound and which letter make what sound. Of course, you might also want to use colors. So you want all your vowels to be in red, and then your consonants will be in blue, and then the child's able to identify that. Anytime I see red, I need to remember that I'm talking about vowels. And then each time I say blue, I'm talking about consonants, okay? Another strategy is to provide extensive practice, okay? You want to be sure that you have done this over and over with the child, because like we know, the more we practice, the longer it stays. So a lot of repetition to ensure that the child is learning appropriately. A lot of repetition, it's never too much, till the child can attain automaticity, okay? So practice extensively till the child has mastered the letter sound association. Of course, you want your practicing, you want to practice in two direction, okay? Sound to letter, letter to sound. So when you ask, what letter is this? This is a letter. B. What sound does it make? B. What sound is this? B. What letter does it make? B. And of course, sometimes you want the child to write, what sound is this? Ah, write it so the child can write A down. So you want to both ways, letter to sound and sound. So let's practice in two directions. And then you want to avoid guessing. Never ever accept guessing when you're teaching letter sound association. Naturally, children with who have challenges with letter sound association want to guess. Oh, it's no. I mean no. I mean E. You don't want that. Instead, before the child gets, give the child a clue, and then withdraw the clue as time goes on. So these are the few strategies I have to share with you today, but I'll recap like I always do. So the first strategy is that you should begin with small set, as opposed to having all your consonants and all your vowels. You may want to pick two vowels and about 5 consonants and form words with all of that, and have the child, as it's saying the sound, also say the letter, okay? And then the second strategy is to provide cues such as pictures, gestures, colors, and even rhymes, okay? Now, the third strategy is to provide extensive practice, a lot of practice. Keep doing that over and over till the child is able to get what you're teaching when it comes to letter and sound association. And then you want to practice in two directions, sound to letter, letter to sound. And finally, you want to avoid guessing. Before the child gets, provide a cue, probably with a picture or the color, okay? Thank you for watching this video. I hope you get to use it, and don't forget to leave me comments when you do. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and leave comments, and also invite others to come learn with us. And do look out for my upcoming book, which is called Dyslexia Bible. It has is all I've put inside there for you to equip you. This is all I have for you today. Again, don't forget to look out for our trainings, and I hope to see you very soon. Do have a good one. Bye bye.